I'm a fat pig.
What did you just call me?
I'm starving.
I am so full.
I'm gonna vomit.
I can't fit.
I'm nauseous.
What are you going to order?
Can I get a side of mayo?
I'm sweating.
Do you hear my breathing?
I cannot stop eating chips.
This is not an extra large.
Do I look fat?
Welcome to Fat Pig. I'm Frank Liotti.
And I'm Jessica Curson. I'm not Jessica Curson. Who is she?
Danny Cohen is with us. Jessica is running late.
Yeah, because she has to drive in.
She had a show business thing.
Oh, good.
You know, it's not called show friends. So if, like, you have plans in your life and show business calls you, you have to honor that and you have to go do your thing.
For sure.
Because it's not called show friends. Danny Cohen is with us. Danny Cohen is a wonderful stand-up comedian. He and Jessica have been friends for 20 years.
Yeah.
And when we talk about food addiction, who else comes to mind but Danny Cohen?
Oh, my God.
Like, we all get it.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
The best donuts in New York City, Donut Pub on 14th and 7th.
Oh, my God.
Right? Have you been
Yes.
there? The best donuts. And I'll tell you, let's talk about donuts.
Wait a minute. Donut, is that what that thing is called?
It's been there forever.
It's been there since the year one.
I feel like they sold and changed or reinvented.
Oh, I don't know, but they still have the oldie-timey.
That's right.
It's not like a Bangladeshi guy who uses week-old Boston cream and puts in a teaspoon. It's old school,
fresh,
big squeezes of chocolate and vanilla lard. Those thick filled donuts. It's seriously.
But now, I'm not a fan of Planet Donut. Whatever. You know that Planet Donut?
Planet Donut has those little teeny tiny, they're the size of a large olive, and they're $4.95 each.
Yeah, not for me.
I like them,
very
but
sweet.
I could eat 70 of them. I like them, but it doesn't compare to that other one.
Yeah, see, I love a Dunkin' Donut because I like them. I like my donuts not too sweet. And
you mean the chain Dunkin' Donuts?
The chain Dunkin' Donuts,
but
because
it's changed.
It has.
It's changed. Come
so
on, you know that. Because we both grew up in the New York. Remember when Dunkin' Donuts? When you grew up. Danny grew up in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
We're like right out of the starting gate and into the donut shop.
Yeah. Right.
When you grew up in Brooklyn, how close? Where was it in Brooklyn you grew up?
Where did you grow up in Brooklyn? I grew up in Midwood, by DeFara's Pizza.
So
which is still
close?
there.
How close was the Dunkin' Donuts when you grew up?
I have to tell you, there were no Dunkin' Donuts
exactly
in Brooklyn.
Like we had to go. Like it was a treat. It was a hike.
That's right.
And the Boston Cream Donuts had like this weird. It wasn't like what's the word, opalescent? It was like not see-through like it is now. It was this custard that was really good.
Oh my God.
It was just better.
I don't remember because I never had them.
They were a nice Boston cream size. Oh. Now they're these hockey pucks and you could seriously, there's a lethal weapon. You could throw it at somebody's head and they're hard as a rock. If I go to Jersey, suburban Dunkin' Donuts are better.
Well, the only reason why I love a Dunkin' Donut is because they're not sweet, and I can't handle a very sweet donut.
Like, what do you get at Dunkin' Donuts?
I love the blueberry cake. I love the chocolate glaze.
Wait. The blueberry one with glaze?
Yes.
See, you're not a frosting person. Chocolate one
I
with
won't go
glaze.
near any frosting ones.
See, I'm all about frosting.
Really? I don't
like chocolate cream and vanilla cream. That solid powdered donut, but inside it has that thick vanilla lard.
That's the one. That's my favorite. Now, let me tell you.
And chocolate as well.
Yes,
that's
a vanilla cream, and I love those, but they don't have them in my.
It is so hard to find.
They're very hard to find.
Yep.
But you know what? The Donut Pub on 14th and 7th.
That's exactly why I love it.
So many of them, and when I go there, I get a vanilla cream, and they're the best. They're even better than Dunkin' Donuts. Oh God,
that's why it's the best. And now they have like Christmas ones with that same that's their thing, that weird kind of lard cream thing.
Yeah,
it is so good.
It can't be sweet. If it's too sweet, I'm not going to eat it. I can't.
I don't know if that's sweet.
No, it's not. Very mildly sweet. It's just
like the texture is so good.
Yeah, you just want to feel it.
Yeah.
Let
me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What First of all, you know that I know that you love food, and you know that I love food. Like,
Yeah.
we both.
Yeah.
What?
And you cook much fancier than I cook.
Well, it started since Hurricane Sandy. Like, I got really into cooking, and it's like lately that has been like food is the drug thing.
yeah, but you're very Julia Child. Like, you'll go all out.
really am.
Really, I know. I'm not.
Like, I'll have like not a lot of money left, and I'll spend it at the supermarket on ingredients.
It's amazing.
I
know.
got so into it.
It's amazing.
And then, because you know why? I was talking about this with Susan. Susan is my therapist. Some our listeners know.
I was like, who's Susan? But okay, I was
Susan.
like, okay.
She's
Right.
very short hair. She wears a bra too, like usually therapists don't. She's here. Jessica's here. Wait, I have to finish this.
Okay.
Here's the thing, because when you cook, it's like you put the work in, you get
Right.
the ingredients, you put the work in, you put it in the oven or whatever, let the elements do their job, and then you get something back. You get a result.
100%.
And in like business, in show business, you put the work in for another year and another year and a decade
Sometimes
and
you don't
another
get the
decade,
results.
and you don't get shit. And I
Well,
think
you get a little bit, not like why? If you write a new joke and you get laughs, but at
not
first you
enough.
don't get laughs.
It's not enough.
Hi,
Really?
everyone.
Not enough.
I'm
Hi,
here.
who are you?
Hi.
Hi,
Who
we were
are
just
you?
talking
Sorry.
about food.
Jessica's come in.
We were talking. I walked in to talk about the business.
We were just talking about
food.
When Frank makes a beautiful dish, he's like, you put the work in, you put it in the oven, and then you get a reward back. But sometimes it burns, so sometimes you
Okay,
don't
so
get a
in
reward.
honor of Hanukkah, I made
Okay.
this absolutely gorgeous
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome.
gorgeous brisket. And at the end, when I make brisket in the oven. When I take it out, I put the brisket to the side, and I put the big pan on 2 burners on the stove, and I cook the sauce for a half hour so it gets thick.
Love it.
And I
Do
only
you add flour?
No. And I only turned off 1 burner. I didn't turn off the back burner, and the back half of my sauce got a little burned.
Right.
It's all right, though.
So there's no payoff sometimes, even in food.
Even in food, there's no payoff sometimes. It
But
happens.
sometimes with a joke, you'll write a
Nothing is
phenomenal
certain.
joke. But also when you write a beautiful joke and then you polish it and then it turns into something where you perform.
Yeah,
in
Danny,
front of-
you love the art of the whole thing, which I've
Oh, my
always
God.
loved about you. Because
All right.
I'm like, at this point, even if a joke works, I don't care.
Who cares?
Well, no, but I
That's
did
not true.
care.
That's
I
not
cared a long
true.
time
But
ago.
for me, you know, my jokes are bits.
now recently I don't
it's
care.
exciting when it works, when a new thing
Recently,
But
it
it's a
doesn't
bit.
even faze me.
Oh, really?
But that's
I love
because
a
I'm
bit.
done. I'm
Oh,
completely done with this business.
That's a sad place to
I know
be.
it's horrible.
But
Yeah.
you see, that's what it is. I backed away.
I
because
know.
I didn't want to get to where you are.
Right.
I
You
I
took
hate
a
this
break.
feeling,
Now
yeah.
I'm 19 years. I'm done. Like I can't deal with it anymore. I have to make some decisions.
That's disgusting.
I mean it. I know it sounds it's like so
No, it's
extreme.
very upsetting.
I was
It's
on the
heartbreaking.
on the phone before with Rich Aronovich talking about it, who's another friend of ours, who's a comic and
love
who
Rich.
works
Me
very
too.
hard. And it's you get to the point where it's just like, what's the point? But it took me a long time
Right.
to get to this point. A long time with stand up. But I am at that point now.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm trying not to eat carbs.
But what would you do, for example? What would you do if you like what?
Yeah, like when Danny
yeah.
came in, I said, I'm going to be a hair colorist. Like, what would you do? I mean, I'm not going to be a hair colorist. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I would honestly, I would talk to my family and say I need help. Meaning not financial help. They would help me get a job. Like I don't know. I'm serious. Like I've thought about it a lot. I can't deal. Like I'm like this is actually. It's a good thing because I'm normally like silly and joking around, but I'm literally like have tears in my eyes as I'm talking, and I was
Right.
crying on the phone with Rich before because, you know, like the three of you, I would be honest and always talk about this stuff, and not many people, but now I'm talking about it on a podcast.
Right, I was just going to say, and
Crazy.
everybody else that's listening.
Because I think it's important for people to hear. Like
Yeah,
I have to make some decisions because it's no way, and a lot of it is me too, like not doing certain work around my own life and being okay, you know, not exercising, not doing certain things. But I don't want to be down and frustrated every day. I don't want to live like that. I really don't. I want to enjoy life. I know it gets hard, and there's definitely been like outside sources with sickness in my family and all kinds of stuff, like one thing after the other
That's
in the past 2
That's
years.
distracting
Yeah.
you from your business, right?
Yeah,
From
but
you.
for me, it's not like becoming famous. It's literally like I have a family to support. Like I have real concerns about money, and people say, you know, slow down. You work too much. It's like I have to do what I'm doing, and I also am a worker. So I don't like sitting around not working.
Right, you were in sales before you got into stand-up.
Yeah.
Remember you used to sell
Yeah, I
to
was.
casinos?
Yeah.
The pens, the keychains. When I first met
I
you.
sold print stuff. Yeah.
She used to sell like plastic cups and keychains at casinos. Like, right?
Yeah.
Gift items.
Yeah,
I
I
loved
did.
it.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would. Wouldn't like give up performing, but to have this be my sole job, I don't think I can't unless something changes. I can't do it.
So you
and I don't want to. I don't want to be miserable.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I want to be like, I want to wake up and not that life would be perfect doing something else, but this is so much rejection and negative energy and ego shit and stuff. Like, I'm beaten down. I'm tired. I'm not enjoying it at all. And also a huge part of it is what's going on in the world. I am fucking disgusted.
Right. Politically and
With
and
this
just-
world. I don't even want to perform for people. Remember I was telling you, Frank, last week, like, it's like, I see people in the audience and just knowing that a lot of them like have made horrible decisions or believe such horrible things.
Right.
And my job is to make them laugh. I don't want them to laugh. I want them to suffer.
That's great.
It's true. It's
That's
hard
amazing.
to do.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really listening and letting it land because it's, when I go into therapy every week, she's trying to get me to like figure out why I have to do this thing, like to put a reason behind it. And I don't know. I remember as far back as I can remember. I remember wanting to be cast as an Indian instead of a pilgrim when I was in first grade, and I would cut all the movie ads out of the newspaper. There was no reason. It's not like there was anything missing in my life. It was just this thing that I had to do.
Yeah.
From as far back as I can remember.
I never, I don't feel like that anymore.
But
Believe it or not, I don't.
many-
Well, that's a good thing, though. Like, in
Yeah.
other words, if you really don't feel like that anymore, if I didn't feel like I was addicted to it for whatever sick reason,
Yeah.
then I would walk away tomorrow. I have no idea what I would do, but I mean, I don't feel anything positive towards it right now or love. I just feel an addiction to it. It's like I had an uncle who's a gambling addict, and I feel like I'm addicted to the gamble of it. Maybe.
Yeah, I was, and now I'm like I feel like I'm so sick of losing my money. Not to say I'm not grateful for everything I've done. I don't want to sound like.
No, I think
Right.
we're all just going through our experiences and,
Right.
and talking
How are
about.
you feeling about it?
Well, you know what it is? I love writing. So whether it's so when I write on Facebook, those my little posts that I write, I get pleasure from that. Even though I'll get like 100, 150 likes, whatever it is. But I write little crazy posts, and I love writing. I'm a writer more than anything else. I also love performing, but I really love writing.
Right.
Stories, and I wrote a script that I'm trying to sell, but I made the mistake of not a mistake, but I wrote a dramatic series and I can't sell it because we're in the world of comedy and nobody can sell a dramatic series in my corner. Everyone's like, we're in comedy, we don't know anybody in the dramatic department at blah blah blah. So it's a beautiful script.
It's so
It is.
good.
Oh, you
It's
guys read it? I
amazing.
forgot.
Yeah.
Thanks,
It
right.
really
It's
is.
about Jews.
Jews.
Did you see that one, Moore's wife?
We even got a lawyer who's
No, I did. I've been waiting
Danny,
tables all day long.
Oh, you have to see.
And then
you'll get a.
Yeah.
we people say we're not friends with Jews. We have a Jew here. He's our lawyer.
We have a lot of
That's what she
lawyers,
said
and
last
one of
night.
them's a Jew.
A Jew.
One of them lawyers is a Jew. He wears the beanie and everything.
Well, I don't take offense to it because, you move around the country, there are going to be different people with different mentalities. That's their mentality.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't take it.
Yeah.
They belong in a barn. He rode on a horseback today. Did you see that?
No.
He rode. Oh, you guys have to. He rode.
For people
Roy
listening,
Moore,
it's the election today in Alabama.
right,
with
and
Warren.
Moore rode horseback. He
No, I
rode
didn't see
on a
that.
horse. You're gonna die. Named Sassy. If you can't make this shit up, that's his dog's name, Sassy.
His dog
he had
or his
guns
horse?
and a holster. He had guns,
Mm-hmm.
and the horse was like bucking. You have the one. The horse is like really doesn't want him on it, and it's
Right.
his horse. I've been laughing about it.
That woman saying keeping God in the White House and voting for Moore because Trump endorsed him. He's a pedophile.
Well, that doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't.
Anyway, Jessica, what do you think you would do if you didn't do this? You said you would ask your family for help, but is there anything else that you would want to do? Would you want to be a social worker?
No, I would do something in the. I would do something in the business on the side. You know what I mean?
I'm very distracted.
By what?
Why are you tanned? Frank
I was in Mexico.
You were in Mexico?
Yeah.
I'm like looking at
Tanned.
Frank and I'm like, is he wearing makeup? What's going on?
I was in Mexico.
You are so tan.
You look tan
Yeah.
today.
You look so tan.
That's probably my blood pressure if I look tan today.
Okay, I'm so
Is it
sorry.
chocolate?
No.
Can you imagine if you had chocolate smeared all over your face?
No.
Were you on the beach and lying in like swimming water in the water? Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
It was nice.
Okay.
I got violently ill. Anything having to do, like Taco Bell was a relief when I got home. Clean Mexican food that comes in a plastic bag.
I would kill for diarrhea right now. I've been so bound
It was
up.
violent throwing
Anger.
up.
Oh, that's horrible.
In Mexico it was. Ugh. Never want to go there again. Build a wall to keep me out of it.
Yeah. To keep the food away from us. Danny, did you talk about how you grew up with food?
We
Because
talked
Danny,
about donuts.
We got right into donuts right away.
Immediately.
Like
Danny,
immediately.
I'm going to go there, I think, maybe after this podcast.
Where?
I'll go with you.
It is
The
so
donut pub.
sick.
I don't
know
want to
you're
go
more
near
salty.
donut right
You're
now.
more salt than sweet.
I'm not.
anyway.
If I even went near donuts right now, I would end up in a hospital.
If there was a Frito pub, she'd be there in a second. Yeah.
Fritos, I
Yeah.
love anything salty.
Yeah.
Did you ever have Frito
Except for
pie?
semen.
Did you ever have Frito pie? Well, it's not always salty. Have you ever had semen that's bitter?
I don't want to talk
Sometimes
about
it's salty
semen.
and it's pleasant.
I'm covering.
Yes.
I literally am
I'm
covering my
sorry. You
ears
started
right
it.
And
I had
sometimes
I
it's
had
bitter.
I had, but
It's been a long time. Like those
Since
have
been
what?
10 years
those are
for me.
very fond memories since I've tasted semen.
Oh, please.
It's been a long time.
It's been 10 years for me.
Very young.
I
Can
don't
we
know.
just?
And I remember there were two camps
how
of
young.
semen. There's either like bitter and
God.
disconcerting, or there's like a nice salty kind of, this isn't
Can
as
we not?
horrific as...
You know what?
Yeah,
Pussy
you're right.
tastes amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Yeah,
talk
want to
about
talk
pussy.
about it?
Well, yeah.
Alex, can you come into this conversation?
What does pussy taste like?
Pineapple.
Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Okay.
It depends if it's a little girl.
Frankenberry? It tastes just like Frankenberry.
Yeah, if it's a little girl, it tastes like a life cereal.
I guess we should get out of the barrel. Let's get
Yeah,
out of the barrel.
yeah.
Let's get out. Let's change.
Danny,
the
I
barrel.
wanna talk about
the
your-
bottom of the barrel.
Well, please, we're talking about semen. What
Wait
does
a
ass
minute.
taste like? All right, listen.
Let's move on.
Well, somebody
Dan-
told me that dates a transgendered person that, like, pussy tastes the same as very clean ass.
Oh, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my
Well,
whole
you know,
life.
it's somebody's experience that
right,
happens to be
right,
a fan.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not interested
cares?
in holes that
You
things
asked.
come out of.
I don't.
Oh.
Like big holes. Like
You want donuts? What are you talking about?
Nothing
that has
comes
holes.
out of
only
a donut.
cream filled donuts.
No, wait a minute. No, the
only
blueberry donut's
I
not
do
cream
like the
filled,
blueberry,
and the
it's not.
chocolate frosted color's not cream filled.
But I don't.
He
eat the
loves cream.
Oh, the frosted.
So do
one.
I. But here's the thing with that donut pup.
You're
There's some
right.
weird kind of technique that they do, like put it in the top center. It like oozes out on the top.
Yes, that's right. Not on the other side.
Where
but
is
only
Not
the
on the
donut
side.
pup?
It's on 14th. It's been there since the year one. It's on 14th and 7th. It's always got people at the counter. It looks like it's out of the 60s.
But it's tucked away. It's not on the corner. It's off the corner.
A little oasis
it's
tucked
between-
away
yeah.
in Manhattan.
It's right off of between 7th and 8th, off of 7th.
Why do you
Walter Cronkite used to go there.
Why do
every
you
morning.
think you use food instead of drugs or alcohol? How do you think it started?
Only because I like the feel. I like getting my throat stuffed.
Yeah.
I need everything is in my throat. My feelings, my life, everything is in my throat.
I'm laughing because Danny and I are very similar this
Right,
way.
like the numbness
I
of-
like feeling like I can't, like I'm like a boa constrictor.
Yeah,
like I
cigarettes
can't.
didn't do it for me. Like pot doesn't do it. Alcohol doesn't do it because it's all. These are all feelings of numb. I never had pain. Like it's not
Those
about
all
so much
make me
pain.
nauseous, kind of. Those other things make me nauseous. Booze makes me nauseous. Food
No,
doesn't.
But why do you think because of your throat? What do you think the reason is?
what do you mean?
Is it sexual?
Oh, it's totally sexual.
Food?
Oh, for
Well,
sure.
tell the listeners.
First of all, I haven't had sex in 10 years.
And do
Right.
you want to explain that or not? You don't have
No,
to get
because
into
then it's
it.
a whole song and dance and everyone cries at the end. So let's keep this happy.
Nobody has to cry.
They're going to cry
Everyone's
anyway. I said I'm
upset.
going to go into like work at fucking Radio Shack.
And when I imagine killing myself, it's with an iPhone cord. I feel like it'd be a relief. I know that sounds
It's
crazy.
not thick enough.
But it would feel good to like. Have
I know, but
pressure
your
on my
neck
throat.
needs like a chain for a car.
Wow.
We both would need that.
But I do think of that. Like I think of like it would feel good to be choked.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? But I don't get that when it comes to food. I want it to go down easy.
No, I want it in my throat.
So
I can't taste the food. I have my taste buds are in my throat. They're not even on my tongue.
Oh, that's great.
When I eat, I don't taste the food until I swallow it. So a lot of people will like, for example, I go to
chew and spit. So you'll never have chew and spit.
You are hysterical, Danny.
I go to my friend Franny's. She's like, taste it. Tell me what it tastes like. I'm like, okay. She makes all these great dishes. So I eat it. She goes, so what it tastes like? I'm like, I'm still eating it. She goes, what are you talking about? I'm like, I can't tell you what it tastes like until I swallow it. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, my taste buds are in my throat. I have to feel the food in my throat to tell you if it's delicious or not.
Do you remember the AIDS diet plan?
Sure.
AIDS. Remember the commercials?
Yeah.
I lost a ton of weight.
I remember
thanks
that.
to AIDS.
Yeah.
It said that AIDS satisfied your desire to taste, swallow, chew, and enjoy.
Amazing.
Like it's supposed to be all part of it. Like that is supposed to be part of the process. Swallowing it.
Chewing doesn't do anything for me.
That's like my dog too. Chewing does nothing for him.
Swallowing really does a lot. I swallow my food. I don't even.
So,
need
do you
teeth.
think if you were having sex frequently, you wouldn't need to fuck your throat?
For sure not.
You wouldn't.
No. If I was sucking cock, who needs to eat?
I don't agree.
Really?
Well, it's not about agreeing. That's his experience.
I know. I'm not saying.
I was
I'm just saying I don't have that
always very
experience.
lean, and I like staying lean and staying fit because you get better cock when you look good.
Right.
Like me at this weight, I'm not going to get the cock I want.
Right.
That's why you want to.
Why do you
exactly
say that,
why.
though? You never know.
Absolutely,
No,
I know what I want, and I know what I can get.
What you want, I understand. Yeah, yeah.
I want a particular guy,
Right.
And that guy doesn't want a fat one like me. And I made myself fat, so I couldn't get those guys.
Right.
And now I don't have sex.
Right.
Right.
And
the reason why I don't have sex, and all your listeners are going to hate me because you have
they're not.
You have a left audience. That's why. So they freak out.
No,
I'm religious.
No, not
It's
always.
not.
It's
That's
a religious
not true,
thing.
though. They
I
get
don't
everything.
have sex because I'm religious.
So that they're not going to judge that.
I think they will.
No, it's not. It's
Really?
your own experience. Who are they to judge?
Well, I don't know. I would imagine
That's your
listeners,
choice.
Right. Okay. Well, it is my choice. I
and
don't
it's
have
what
a
you grew
problem.
up with. That's why I want people to
Right.
know. Like Danny grew up Orthodox
Right.
in Brooklyn. And, you have an upbringing. You have a lot of things that you learn. I have to tell you, I just went to Florida to perform at a Chabad. I didn't even tell you this.
Oh my God! Aren't they a great group?
They are, but
Chabad. Only Chabad. But
the people.
What's a Chabad again?
I'm going to tell you the rap. Can you tell him?
Chabad, they're the ones with the mitzvah tank that goes around with the music. They're the ones on the street like, are you Jewish? Are you Jewish?
Right.
Though that's Chabad.
Okay.
They're very, they're not
That
really...
happens in Brooklyn, guys who are listening. Like, people ask me if I'm Jewish all
in
the
New
time.
York, in the city.
They want to perform a
Right.
mitzvah. Is that right?
They want to perform a mitzvah. So they can't perform a mitzvah if you're
good
not
deed.
Jewish.
Right.
So they have to find out if you're Jewish. And a lot of people think they're trying to convert us. I'm like, no, we're not.
No.
We're not. That's not the religion.
Well,
No.
the rabbi and his wife were the only religious ones there. So they were like Hasidic, and they had 10 kids.
Right.
And there's no other Orthodox or Hasidic people in that area in Sarasota. I was very curious about this. Like,
Wow.
the family's very much in their own thing because there's no community. They literally went there to start this Chabad or run it.
What they call is like they're on shaliach. It's called.
Oh,
The
okay. You
Chabad.
just spit in my eye.
Was it an easier one than most of those Florida gigs you have because of that?
But the audience was reformed and conservative, older, but they were not really religious, so they were great.
Right.
But I was told I can't say anything about anything. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't talk about being with women. I didn't talk about drugs. I didn't curse. I did an hour, and.
You don't need to talk about any
But
of that
you're
stuff
gonna,
because
you're gonna.
amazing anyway.
This
with
this
all
will
that.
be interesting
Yeah.
to you. And I told you this, Frank. When I got off stage, the rabbi was like, "I thought you did a very good job." I mean, first of all, he's younger than me, and he has 6
Doing
grandchildren.
an Indian accent, like a Pakistani
I know I can't do.
accent.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you did a good job. And
Okay.
no, anyway, so he was like, it was great. You did a great job. We loved it. You were a crowd pleaser, whatever. But I just have to tell you, when you perform for religious men, you cannot sing. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
okay. I sang Happy Birthday for 5 seconds.
That's fine.
And he took me aside and said, you can't sing in
that's
front of... He goes, so
hysterical.
my son-in-law and I all covered our ears. And I wanted to be like, sing a song. Like, I literally
that guy's
wanted to...
Let me tell you,
Wow.
that kind of singing you can sing. You're totally fine. He's nuts.
Yeah, he went on
You're not
and
allowed-
on and on,
It's
and
a
I
Jewish
was
law.
enraged.
A woman is not allowed to sing alone, solo.
But Because it's sexual?
Because
that is why.
Because it's sexual.
How is it sexual?
I have
to hear?
no idea.
I know.
I'm not that learned. It's been years since I've been in yeshiva.
I know.
I want to find out. I think it's just like getting a tattoo. I don't know why. There's certain things that you're not allowed to do, and it's a law. It's a
well,
Jewish
you're not allowed
law.
to dance either. They told me you can't dance at the
Together.
Chabad.
You can dance with women. Women can dance with women, and men can dance with men, but not together.
I love that so much.
I know. I used to love dancing with men growing up. Little did they know. You know, you want to hear the worst part about growing up religious for a gay guy is you have to pray with men, and the reason why you can't pray with women, men and women don't pray together, is for sexual reasons. I'm like, well, then I should be praying with women. I used to tell it to my rabbi. I was thrown out of yeshiva because none of it made sense. It didn't make sense for me.
So that's the hard thing. It's like I love Judaism and believe in so many whatever, but that kind of stuff, and I just laws. But it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
You just took me aside and told me I shouldn't sing.
You know, that was a little nuts. I wouldn't have done that.
It was insane.
I would have told him, if I was next to you, I would have been like, all right, calm down. I'm a yeshiva guy. Relax. She wasn't singing. She was singing, mocking, joking. When you sing happy birthday, it's a joke. It's not, you're not singing beautifully. First of all, you don't have,
but I had
you
no
do have
pants
a nice
on.
voice.
Can you imagine?
But I did take off my bra. Anyway.
I was
hysterical.
fingering myself, but I didn't even think anyone saw it.
Right. Religion is a weird thing.
I just heard Alex laughing in the back.
Religion is a very weird thing. It's weird. Religion is weird. It's not, you know, when you grow up in a Western culture in like America, not in like a third world country, but when you grow up in a country like America, you don't really need religion that much.
Right.
Religion works when everything's a disaster, when the world is at a disastrous place.
Like now?
Well, now we're still okay.
I know
but
you mean in like
everything
a
is
country
chaos,
where
when things are chaotic,
where your neighbors are getting bombed, or where there's no food, or like you need faith
when
to
you
get
need,
through.
when
to
you
get
need
through
a
your
gun,
life. Right.
when you actually need a
Right.
gun because your neighbors are going to come to kill you and take your children.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When we don't experience that today.
Right.
But 500 years ago, everybody was living that kind of life. In America, 500 years ago, they would rape your wife and steal your children.
Right.
If you didn't have a gun.
Right.
A musket, right?
Yeah, a musket. Yeah, it was like that's how the world was. There were no police. Like, I'm going to call the police. There's no police.
Right. There was just like Roy Moore, like some guy on a horse.
Yeah, there was a land.
You have to see it. You guys have to see it. And I want to put like crazy music behind it because it's so insane. It's so insane. He has guns and he's riding into town. I mean, I'm like, where the fuck are we? What is going on?
That changes with cosmopolitan cities, and it's
Magazine.
very funny.
Right.
With culture and cosmopolitan and museums and art, all of that changes. That's why Middle America, they're still running around with guns and horses. They're living like in the Wild West. There's no. We're living in a cosmopolitan city. Life is different for us.
Very much so.
You know, and we like it that way.
Right.
And you know what? Even people who come from the South that said, oh, you know, the guns and all that stuff, and they come here, they love it. They love the culture.
Some people can't wait to get away.
Oh, like the tourists?
Well, no, like in other words, some people, I couldn't wait to get out of high school. So what did I just see? Lady Bird. She couldn't wait to finish. They were in Missouri, I believe, and she couldn't wait to finish so she could hopefully go to college in New York and get away and get out. But I think that, I could be wrong, the majority of people, like I look at, say, my family, like my sister has been born and raised on Long Island. Mm-hmm. She's not going to leave. No. Like one of her kids in particular hates Manhattan. Right. So when I look at people, I think that the majority of people, I could be wrong. I think the majority of people stay where they're born and raised.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I agree.
I do
Like,
too.
well, you're all crazy to live in that city.
Yeah.
Nuts.
With all them faggots.
All them queers.
Yeah.
Right.
AIDS.
Blacks
Right.
running wild, the same rights as you.
Yeah, Muslims.
Those Muslims wearing all them pillowcases.
Yeah, and it's that exact reason why, right, and that exact reason why people like us love to live in a cosmopolitan city. For all those reasons, we want all 31 flavors.
Oh, the two of you are in the food
31
thing.
flavors.
31 flavors.
All 31 flavors.
I wonder what the 32nd is.
How much is all 31? Do you eat food out of the can?
Never.
No.
But like, I don't eat canned
Danny
food.
eats very good food.
Yeah, I don't eat canned food.
You don't have like a junk go-to. We need to have somebody on that likes junk.
Hold on a second. What are
Like
you talking
Chef
about?
Boyardee
I didn't grow up with it, so it's
Yeah.
not somewhere I go.
I forced her to buy it, my mother. I forced her to get it.
Yeah, I always
Danny
wanted
and
it.
I grew up similar in the way that we didn't grow up on like junk food.
Yeah, oh my God.
You know,
I got it
my
myself.
mom would never have it.
My mother
How
would
did-
have had a fit. I got it myself.
How did you grow up with food? Did you guys get into that? No?
What do you mean?
No.
No, we just
like-
got into donuts.
Got it.
My mom never brought. I didn't grow up on soda. There was never soda in the house, so I drank lemonade, orange juice, and iced tea and water. Those were my drinks.
Did she cook every day?
She cooked every day. And
How
she
many
was a
kids
single,
were you?
And she was a single mom, so she always made it her business to be home by 4:00. Fortunately, she was able to do it. You know, sometimes you can't, but she was able to. And she always had dinner on the table at 4:30.
Three kids or four? Three?
Four.
Four, okay.
Yeah.
4 and a single mom.
Right.
It's so hard.
Your dad died when you were like 6?
I was Esther.
5?
My oldest was 16, and then I was 6. I was 5. Just
Your
turned
dad
6.
was killed. Right.
Yeah.
And she cooked every day.
She cooked every day, and there were nights like there was spaghetti and fish night was Thursday night, and I hated the fish. I hated fish.
What was it?
It was fried sole. It was really
Yeah.
delicious, actually. You know,
I grew up on that too,
As an
the
adult,
sole.
I would love it, but I was like, as a kid, like, just stinks. It's fish.
Did she make you eat it?
Yes, she would force feed me to. I would have to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't leave. I couldn't leave the table until I ate all my fish. But then there were tricks. You know, I would hide them in flower pots. We had Benji would come in, and then she put Benji out because she knew I was feeding
Benji's
Benji.
the dog?
Who's Benji?
was the dog we had. We grew up with Benji, and then she got rid of Benji because I kept feeding him all my food. It was crazy, like all the food it was horrible. But then she had like all these planters around the house, so I would, and she was, I grew up in a big house, so like the dinette was far from the kitchen. so-
Dinette is
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, we had a dinette. It was a dinette area. Like it was a kitchen, then you walk down a hallway, and then you go into a dinette corner. It was a very nice room. It was like all silver and light blue wallpaper because of the disco era.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, it
Isn't
was
that funny? I remember the silver wallpaper.
Yeah. And then, and she had planters hanging
I
between
love
each
that.
double window. And I used to put the fish in the planters.
Oh my God.
You never got caught?
Well, I would have to break the fish apart on my plate. I would have to be very creative. You have to look like you ate it. And then she'd be like, and she would come in. She'd be like, you didn't eat that fish. I'm like, I ate the fish. She goes, you didn't eat that fish. Where's the fish? And then she would start searching the room. Where's the fish? I know the fish is here. And she was nuts. My mother, like when she was younger, she was bonkers. And she never found the fish. And I would come back after I would go down at night, like 2 hours later, and she was upstairs, and I would take the fish out of the planter, and I would throw it in the
Were
garbage.
you allowed to go to the refrigerator like after meals and stuff?
Always.
You were
She never-
allowed.
she
It was
never
fun.
stopped me.
Right.
From the fridge. My mom
Did-
was
did-
not
did-
like that. Yeah.
Excuse me. Does anyone else in your family have like food stuff? I know you say yours is
Esther
sexual.
does. Esther loves to eat. Ronnie loves to eat, and Joel is very picky.
These are Danny's siblings,
Yeah,
by the way.
I have
and they all
Esther,
live in
Joel,
Israel. His
yeah.
entire family lives in
What
Israel.
about your mom? Does she have the food thing?
No, she's really no. She's not. She swims every morning. She's lean. She's not heavy. No, she eats right. She loves yogurt. She eats her thing. Her vegetables.
She's straight.
She's straight.
Isn't that crazy?
She's heterosexual?
No, she actually knows. Funny you say that. I think my mother is totally lesbian.
You think so, but doesn't accept it?
Totally my mother's a full-fledged lesbian and doesn't know it.
So was my nanny B. She'd be
Total
like,
lesbian.
everyone sit here. I'm going to sit at the head of the table. She always sat at the head of the table.
You know what? If she was living in today's world, she would be a lesbian.
Like a complete bull dyke.
Does she always wear a kerchief?
My mother?
Yeah.
I love that
Always
word.
wears a kerchief, right?
Yeah, always
I
wears
love the word
Isn't it great?
kerchief. It's amazing.
She always wears a kerchief.
Yeah. My mom puts
That's like
up with
the
men.
Israeli
my mom-
bandana.
My mom doesn't like men. She doesn't like men. She's like a woman's woman.
Right.
She wears the pants. She runs the show.
She does, yeah.
Yeah, she does. She married 2 men and they're both dead.
I didn't know she had a second marriage.
Yeah. So a guy who was a real sweetheart, really gentle guy, and he just died last year, a year and a half ago.
I never knew that.
Yeah. She was married to
A
him
long time.
Yeah. Much
Wait,
longer than my
I
dad.
have to say this correction because my mother's spinning in her grave. I did not grow up on Chef Boyardee. I had to smuggle that shit.
Right.
Of
Like I wasn't
course.
allowed to have that crap.
Yeah.
Where'd you eat it?
But she did have out of the can. But she did once I learned how to use a can opener that was handheld. But she did have the stuff in the bread box like Suzy Q's and Devil Dogs. She did have that crap.
I didn't grow up on any of that. I told you that's why I searched for shit.
That I had snacks.
Robin Cohen had that at her house, my friend.
Me too. I used to rob my friends' houses. I always
Tell us about the time when your mother took you to see Yentl.
No, that was much later in life.
No, lovely, like what, 14, 15?
I was 13,
Not
14.
like old later in life.
Yeah, we saw Yentl. I walked out. I'm like, I love that movie. She goes, we're moving to Israel. And she packed up and we moved to Israel a year later. She was so upset that Barbara Streisand, she's like, I'm sick of this Barbara Streisand. Barbara Streisand is the reason why my mother moved to Israel.
Sick of this Barbara Streisand.
She was so angry at Barbara. I was like, why are you so angry at Barbara Streisand? It was upsetting.
Because she was portraying a man.
Michel Legrand. What?
Because she was portraying a man.
Because she was portraying a man.
And it pissed your mother off.
Yeah. And I think that's also, looking back now, you know what? It was probably because she's a lesbian. And she wants to be a man. And she was angry and jealous of Barbara Streisand. And she's like, I'm telling you. Yeah. Looking back now, I'm sure it pushed the button.
Yeah. She was probably attracted to Barbara.
Yeah, maybe.
We're creating an entire story about your mother with
totally,
Barbara Streisand.
Okay,
it's amazing.
And she'd be, if my mother was here, she'd be like, oh, I don't want to listen to any of this. She would be like, here, she'd be so upset.
But even if she was a lesbian,
okay. No, but she'd be fine.
Even if she was aware she was a lesbian, she wouldn't live as a lesbian ever.
No,
she probably got upset that you loved Barbara Streisand because she was gay worried. That's like when my mother would say, "Stop dyeing your hair." I wasn't dyeing my hair. She was just afraid that I was because that would make me gay.
She was always gay.
I'd be like, I'm not.
Yeah,
right. You know, because they say the mother always knows. Yeah. I remember I had guitar lessons and I came home and we had Kool-Aid and my mother panicked because she thought I had lipstick on.
That's hysterical.
First of all, I'm not wearing lipstick. I'm not dyeing my hair, and I'm still going to suck cock when I'm
I never heard that. That's so funny.
Yeah. And
was your mother gay worried a lot? Was she gay worried a lot?
Oh, yeah. And then she did a complete turnaround when I was 21 and said, I love you. I know that you're gay. I never came out. She told me and sent me a postcard from Florida of a man wearing a Speedo on a beach. She did a complete, but she was gay worried my whole childhood.
My mother still tries to set me up with women today.
I can't, Danny.
4 years ago, I went to Israel to visit my mom. There was a knock at the door, and I opened it up. And there was this girl with long braids and glasses. And
like how old about?
I'm going to say she was like 30, and I was 45.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. I was like, hi, and my mother was like, and I looked at her. And she's making eye.
The girl is?
No. My mother's making faces at me like, say hi, say hi, say hi. So I'm like, hi. And I look at her and I'm like, Ma, do you know who this is? She's like, just talk to her. And I'm like, talk to her about what? She's like, Danny, this is, and then she introduced me. And I'm like, Ma, what's going on?
Oh my
She's like, she's a very, and then that was it, and it was over. And then she left. And then I was like, what was that? What was that? She's like, she's a very nice girl. She lives down the block. Da-da-da-da. I told her to come over and say hi.
Take it.
I'm like, Ma, first of all, that's not even how you do it. Even if I was straight, that's not how you do it.
Do you say that to, like, could you say that to her?
Oh, he always talks to her.
You say, if I were straight.
Yes.
You do say that to her, so she does know.
Yeah. She just always forgets. Like, I'll tell her, and then 2 minutes later, she forgot that I was gay. Like, she's not interested in even...
Will not click over and...
Will not, ever. Never. Right. Never. So... And then she's like, "Oh, well, ever da-da-da," and back and forth. And then, and that was it. That was over. Like,
but you've learned, I mean, we've been friends for 20 years. You've learned to, forgive her and be okay with it. Because years ago, it was very hard for him, of course.
When you were younger.
Well, he would go to Israel and she would just harass him on,
Yeah, and it was very
who
hard.
he was. And it was hard.
Mm-hmm, but it's okay because, she's my mom. So I love her and I can't not... and she's a kind person. She is. She loves me.
Like I've seen her play along with you in videos and stuff.
You can tell.
Because I always heard
so
this
much.
side of her from you and heard stories. And then when I saw her, it sort of painted the other half of this human being. Mm-hmm. Like she was adorable with you in some of the videos
and
I saw.
She's actually an amazing human being.
Loving
and I love her. She is.
Supporting you, like laughing at you acting goofy. It was sweet.
Yeah, I was always a goofball and she always laughed and she always loved it. But she's very worried for me. She's very worried.
Right.
She's not going to, she always tells me, my time is limited here in the world. I don't know how much longer I have, and then you're going to be here, and who's going to take care of you like I take care of you?
Right. He doesn't want her. She doesn't want him to be alone.
Right.
That's a big part of it.
She cries all the time when I talk to her because she doesn't want me to be alone.
Yeah.
And when she means alone, she doesn't want me to be with a man either.
Right.
But she doesn't want me to be alone, and she doesn't want me to be with a man. So she wants me to find a wife. And the crazy thing is, my friend Jody Wasserman is coming to Israel this June, and she's meeting Mom, and that it's going to be nuts because Mom is going to be like, "Why don't you marry Jody? Why
Well,
don't you
I'm
marry
surprised
Jody?"
she hasn't said that already.
She's never
you
met
guys
Jody.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Never met her.
she's never met.
Wait,
Jody.
didn't you just go like 3 months ago?
Yeah, I go all the time.
Right.
I was there like in August, which is like 5 months ago. Right?
There's really no reason for you to get married to Jody because you guys are already like there for each
we're
other. And,
married.
and if there was a reason like financially or anything like that, it would be worth it. But like, you know, I mean, Jody's not going to have kids now.
Right.
There would be.
It's not going to happen. I know it's going to happen.
I'm starving.
What's your go-to binge food? Do you
Really
have a
depend-
favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Okay, let me think.
Like I know you used to love Lucky's cheeseburgers.
Always pizza, but I love a cheeseburger.
So do I. Oh, my
but
God.
pizza is really good. And I discovered a great new pizza place called My Pie on the Upper West Side. It's on 79th between Broadway and Columbus, but right off of Broadway.
Like what? The Neapolitan like plain triangle slices or the Sicilian rectangles?
Rectangles, but not Sicilian. It's a Tuscany crust.
Oh yeah.
What's that,
They
thin?
cut them in smaller pieces too. I feel like I get like anxiety because I feel like it's not going to be enough.
Right.
Those rectangle
Yeah.
pieces that aren't Sicilian.
You too would
it's like
love
tapas.
it. It's. I'm just telling you,
can't
it
take
is
it.
just the most. When you eat it, it's like I forget how it's unreal. And then I'm like, I forget, and then I walk by and I go. I do a podcast on Friday, the Four Corners podcast with
Right.
Lenny Marcus. Every Friday morning. So before it's at 11 o'clock. So at 11:15, I'll have a truffle mushroom pizza and a thin potato and rosemary pizza. It's thin potatoes and
No
rosemary.
tomato sauce.
No tomato sauce. Neither of them.
I
have
like that.
Neither of them have tomato
It's
sauce.
chewier.
One would say that a pizza has to have tomato sauce.
No,
Are people
not
like
always.
that?
I had a white like broccoli something the other day that was really last week. That was.
I
good.
like that too.
It's heaven. When you eat My Pie, you forget. You eat it. You're like, oh my! It's shocking how amazing it is.
Yeah.
It's shocking. Like right now, I can't understand what it tastes like. When I eat it, I'll be like, oh my God! It's shocking.
You get your own like box of it. 'Cause
No,
it's
I
not
get-
like slices.
No, they're long rectangular
Yeah,
ones.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
like a foot.
Oh, I like
a
that.
foot by 4
Yeah,
inches.
yeah.
Like 10
I
inches.
totally know what
by
it is,
4
yeah.
inches. Yeah.
Is it
Like,
enough?
He's describing.
It is because I buy two. I buy 4 squares.
Mm-hmm.
So
So it's like 4 feet of pizza.
yeah.
Well, the way that like if
No,
the way that
I
the way
buy
that you
2
can
feet of pizza.
justify it is, I'll try and like imagine it in the shape of a nice sized slice.
Yeah, it's like
So you can
it's
buy
like
a
2
few
slices.
so that it fits into those 2 triangles, and if it
Exactly.
takes 4, then that's still only 2 slices.
But
if
I don't
that
even
makes
eat 2
sense.
slices of normal pizza. When I eat a good slice, like a Joe's Pizza, which is to me the best slice in the city.
Yeah.
Joe's.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'll have 3 slices.
Oh
To me,
yeah, absolutely.
When I was in my
gonna
20s,
say, you only
too-
eat 1.
No, 2 slices was always a normal, a normal feeding for one
Feeding.
city.
Yeah, I go to 3.
Now
and
I
if
go
there's
to
a
3.
little bit of a break, I go to 4.
I
if
can
it's
do
there.
4, but I stop at 3 because I don't want to get crazy.
I used to eat whole pizza every day when I was in high
But
school.
that was Domino's, though. No.
Yeah, I had like
I mean,
boxes
those are
under
like
my
that
bed.
doesn't.
Yeah.
That's that's okay because a whole pizza's like it's Domino's. It doesn't.
And you could
count.
eat that as a kid and just wake up and be like, hey, like you don't even
Right.
feel it. Now I would be,
Forget
I wouldn't be
about it.
okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to do a part 2 with you.
We do.
Really?
We need
Like a
to,
part
yeah,
2
if
Fat
you're
Pig
okay with
episode.
it. I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
the
We
same
have
thing.
to do
we
a
have
we have to do a part 2.
What would part 2 be about?
Like the same a continuation of this.
Oh.
and
Is it
there's
over?
so many yes,
Yeah.
and there's
Oh,
so
no.
many
Oh my God! I feel like we just started.
we can talk.
Well,
it's
we're gonna
all
we're gonna
food and
tape again
sex,
on
food
Monday
and
if you're
sex.
around. If
Yeah,
you
I
can do
wait
it on
tables
Monday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Brooklyn time of 43rd and Times Square. Come visit me anytime between the hours of 8 and 2.
Do you get a food break?
No, I work like an animal. I just run.
Why is animal my favorite word?
Well, especially when
Like,
he
with
says
regard
it,
to
it's
like,
amazing.
With
It's
regard
just-
to people,
Because
I just say
because
like an
animals,
animal.
we don't really care
Like an
that
animal.
much. They're like a barn animal.
An animal,
Like a barn animal.
I always think of something that like when the dog is like does not want to be fucked with, and you pick it out like an animal,
Right.
Like the teeth, the snout
yeah, that's
skin
why I
peels
couldn't
back.
sing in front of
Yeah.
Shlomo
And yeah.
because he's an animal.
And animals are allowed to
Can't
shit on
control
the,
himself.
they-
When you ain't so
animals
close
can
to me, there's no place I'd rather you be than with me. Love to love you, baby.
What were you just saying?
I was like, also animals, when you think of animals shit on the floor and they eat off the floor. So there's a lot of like animal behavior.
Yeah.
And they sit on the floor, they sleep on the floor. Everything's on the floor.
Everything's primal.
It's
Primal.
floor.
It's just about food, shit, sleep, sex. Food,
All on the
shit,
floor.
sleep. I get it.
Men.
Right.
Boy, do I get
Men.
it. Women do the same thing. Women do the same thing. Ellen was like that.
Yeah,
Then
no,
she
they
lied down in
don't.
traffic.
They don't. But I'm not knocking men. I love men, but it's true. It's much more apparent with men. That's why there are no rules with women with men.
I
Meaning,
think so.
yeah, men don't have to cover up so that women feel comfortable. We don't give a shit. On that note,
I would cover up if I could, though. See, I still feel like a little bit. You're like lucky that you have the option.
you mean? But I would never wear those clothes. I feel like the wig.
I would love to.
Really?
If I could wear like a wig and then something huge and baggy and black.
Well, I do that anyway.
How much
without
fun
the
would
wig.
that be?
Yeah.
All you need is a belt.
Danny, you have to come back.
Yeah, I'd love to come
really.
back.
I mean, we need to, because there's so many stories also with food stuff that we've done and
sure.
places we've gone. I mean,
Okay.
oh my God.
Well,
Is there
I'd love
anything
to-
you want to plug?
No.
My ass.
My ass.
Just my hole.
No. I like to plug. There's nothing to plug.
Brooklyn Diner.
No, I know.
I'm
I wait
joking.
tables. I
Follow
would plug, I
Danny.
don't mind.
Follow Danny on Facebook and Instagram.
Right.
You'll die laughing.
Right. I'm
Tell
s-
them what your handles are. I
And
mean,
look out for him at Comedy Cellar. You
Yeah,
perform at the
Danny
Comedy
Cohen.
Cellar.
Yeah, I'm at the cellar. I know, but it doesn't matter. Just don't worry about it. Everything's going to be okay, people. Don't worry about me. I'm not plugging anything, and everything's going to be fine. It's like I'm not interested in giving a plug.
I get it.
People want me, they'll find me.
Right.
That's it.
Totally get it.
Yeah. This is how I would be like.
Remember
if I
there
was-
used to be white pages, yellow pages. The first half was white pages. The second half was yellow.
Do you know how much I love that
Right?
book?
If people want you, they'll find you.
I used to prank call all the Chinese names.
me too.
I used to find Chinese names
I
and
did the
prank
same
only the
thing.
Chinese
The
people.
gin and
Yeah. Hi, is Chin Wanganga there?
What's
and-
NG?
it was horrible.
You know the name NG you always see?
yeah. It's abusive. It should have
What do you mean, like
vowels.
NG is like a very common name, Asian thing.
Look, give me more.
NG.
Well, that's what it is.
What do you mean?
It's
Just
NG?
yes, there's no
NG
vowel.
means no good in like pig Latin.
In
like it's
like-
NG,
in like
no
modern day-
good.
in
Yeah.
You know,
modern
like
day
your,
names.
your father screams out NG, no?
Yeah.
In modern day text, it means no good, or LMAO, like that kind of thing.
Did you
But
grow up with NG?
a traditional name, though, in the Asian culture is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
Oh God.
We have to wrap it up. I'm sorry I
This
was
was
late.
fun.
I'm so
Write
glad
to
you
us
guys
at
started
Thanks for
it.
having
HeyFatPig
me.
at write to us at HeyFatPig at
Gmail.com.
Look at us at HeyFatPig at Instagram.
And then on Twitter, you can reach us at.
HeyFatPig.
And then on iTunes, you can reach us at.
Lick my hole, motherfucker.
Are there posts? Do people comment? Do people write things?
Yeah, they write to
They
us.
rat
wanna go
shit,
read.
and they sent us gifts, Jessica. We have gifts today.
Really?
We have gifts from Sean.
Oh my God, that's so
Two
nice.
wrapped gifts.
Is it food?
I think it is.
Hi,
Oh,
Sean.
shout out to
Thank you
Sean.
for- I know,
Sean's the number
Sean.
one fan. Sean's
And
our
that's-
Kathy Bates and Misery fan.
By the way, Sean, I don't know if you knew this, but that's my middle name spelled the same way.
Sean.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
That's
So
sweet.
Danny
Yeah.
will be on again, but send us emails. Send Danny an email if you want to say hi to him, if you have any questions, because we're going to definitely have him on again, of
We're
course.
going to defecate.
Yes. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everybody.